Speaking of retrospection, you did a Cat Stevens tribute called For the Cat, which was much more than a tribute. To me, it sounded like one songwriter sort of writing a letter to somebody else from another time. It sort of harkens to a simpler bygone. What did that feel like? What brought you to Cat Stevens, and why did you want to do a song like that?
There are these things that happen to you in your so-called formative years. You're in your teens, and somebody gives you a book, or somebody gives you a set of some music, and it fundamentally changes the way you think about life after that. Like many people, it's Dark Side of the Moon or something. The first time you listen to the album, it transports you somewhere else, and there are some fundamental rewiring that happens. You start thinking about things differently because those words and those tunes and that atmosphere it creates are so powerful that you're never the same after that. So Cat Stevens was one of those things that happened to me at that time. A cousin of mine, in fact, gave me a lot of the music that changed the way I think and the things that I believe in. He gave it to me, and I remember being, listening to those songs and saying, this song is always going to be relevant, no matter when you listen to it. You can rewind 400 years and it'll still be relevant. You can fast forward 600 years and it'll still be relevant. It still makes sense, because as long as the human condition exists, it will always make sense, and it will make sense not at some. It will make sense at a very sort of base level. It will make sense at some higher level. It will make sense at some deep level. It will make sense everywhere. So to be able to write a song like that, man, that's something. It's really something special. So when we wrote this song, when I wrote this song For the Cat, it was a tribute to that, saying thank you for rewiring some little bit of me. Thank you for that. So I don't know if he's heard it. I remember somebody posting it up on his wall and everything. I don't know if he's ever going to see it, but it doesn't matter. I didn't write it for him to see it. I wrote it because I had to get it out, right? So yeah, I like the song very much. It's a nice song. It's a very band song. I'll play a little bit of it. And it's actually it's got like a slow dance, in some ways. It's yeah. Eyes closed, fingers poised, flowers strung about Adonis. The words below, they go around the sun. The cat's always deep, always fun. A quiet calm in a wild world. A friendly voice, a seeker's curse, a faraway look, and a searing vision. The catty sang a simple verse. I think I heard him right, I heard him young. The patterns still a desert haze before the molds are made and the lines are strung. Before grown up good sense betrays the cat and other stories sung. So ask the questions even if you have no answer, none at all. Tell your wide-eyed tales for the cat, he never made the sale. He loved his dog, he got on a train, a stranger in a known land. The words they stuck and the tunes remain. The catty took another stand. I think I heard him right, I heard him young. The patterns still a desert haze before the molds are made and the lines are strung. Before grown up good sense betrays the cat, another story sung. But he shook her dance, shook her dance. The cat always lands on his feet now. Watch him move, 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 move, watch him move. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, I mean, those words there, I think I heard him right, I heard him young. Before the patterns were still like a desert haze, they're still not, you're still formative, you're still forming, before grown up good sense betrays the cat, so it sort of, made sense that, thank you for changing
music,
that.
Bruce, Bangalore has been incredibly fertile soil for independent music, right? Be it you guys or Swaratma or Prabhu Dixit or the Bicycle Boys and a whole set of
so
people.
many bands,
Yeah. But somehow you've been like a benchmark for bands. A, because you've always done your stuff. B, because it's been a do-it-yourself model. You've always made your stuff by yourself. It's almost handmade. You distribute your stuff individually. You've done it without a record label. How have you managed to do that over all of these years and still stay relevant? I know it's a rhetorical question, but how do you do that?
I don't know. We just do it. That's what we do. That's our work. I mean, I don't know. We've been lucky to find a group of people that believes in the same thing, and has been lucky enough to be in the same place, and circumstances has contributed to us having the means and having the time and the family support and all of those things to just continue doing the work. That's all. It's work. I mean, and that's another thing that we have to fight against for so long. People think that if you're a musician, your life is some big party, you're always chilling and you're playing gigs and you're hanging with, cool people and you're drinking and whatever else. But it's a lot of work, you've got to write songs, you've got to record them, you've got to get them out, you've got to sell them, you've got to find ways to stay relevant, like you said. And it's work, at some level it's work. And just because you enjoy it, doesn't mean it's not hard or not difficult to do, And I think in India also there's this kind of very subliminal challenge to people who enjoy their work, because work is supposed to be drudgery, work is supposed to be pain, work is supposed to be suffering. If you're enjoying your work, then something's not right, it's not good. So I don't know why that is. It's something I don't know how far it goes back or where it comes from in our culture. But this whole dignity of labor thing, when you talk to people and they say, so what do you do? And you say, I'm a musician, and they'll look back and say, but what do you do? So because obviously you're not playing music for money, it's not making sense, right? You're not feeding your children, you're not buying a car with, and it's I don't know why it's like that. And even this thing like I was telling of the Fringe, where even the biggest, most sort of popular performer there is also on the street giving flyers, just like the smallest, most unknown guy. It's not perceived as something infra dig. It's perceived as that's your work, and that's not there in this country yet. It's coming, I think, because like everything else in the world right now, everything's connected. Everyone's looking at everybody else, and we're all learning and we're all growing at the same time. So I think it can change, but for the most part in India, still it's that value of work, no matter what it is still hard. People don't respect work that you're doing. Because it doesn't conform to some stereotype.